Hey everybody, Sean here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about trading binary options with cryptocurrencies. It's called binary options because there's only two choices, call or put. You're going to bet whether the price is going to go up or you're going to bet whether the price is going to go down. It's really simple to do and you're going to want to check it out. Stay tuned. Now, when you first start out trading binary options, you're going to need a broker. Now, there's dozens of different brokers out there. There's some offshore and there's some local to you, US and Canada, Europe, and they all have their different features. They all have different pros and cons. And if you go with a local one in the US and Canada or to your local area, I guarantee you the regulation and the restrictions are really, really tight. So you really want to make sure you got all the features that you need. And in some locales, you're not going to be able to do what you need to do to get a winning trade, like being able to roll over a trade. And being able to do that is extremely important. Also, a lot of different brokers aren't going to allow you to withdraw your money in cryptocurrencies. You're going to have to go straight through your bank. And right now, and still this early adoption of cryptocurrencies, the banks don't like cryptocurrencies. It is coming, but there are issues and they may not like that, and they may stop your money in its tracks when you're trying to wire it into the broker that you're going to use. So there are two brokers that I do like. One of them is VidiForex, and that's what you see on the screen right here. But the one I really like to use is IQCent. They are basically an Eastern company on the eastern side of Asia, and I know a lot of main traders and educators have multi-million-dollar accounts with them. They've been trading with them for a couple of years now, and they've been able to take their money in and out without any issues whatsoever. So the people that I follow don't have any issues with it. So with my trading account, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to have any issue with mine because I'm not dealing with millions of dollars, but I have built up a nice little kitty. It's been a lot of fun, and this is definitely the easiest trading I've ever done because, like I say, you can do a trade in a minute. So the first thing that you see here is the cryptocurrency Ethereum's line chart. It is moving as people are buying and selling this cryptocurrency. Now, let's take a look at the other features on the page. Now, you are able to trade multiple different time frames. You can trade turbo, which is basically scalping. You're going to be in these trades like 1 to a couple of hours, or you can trade it to intraday, which is going to be over a day's time or 1 to 2 days, or you're going to be able to go in long term, which is anywhere up to a month, 2 months, 3 months. But I don't like my money being invested that long. I like the idea of my money only being invested a minute. Sometimes you need to roll over, which it'll take 2 or 3 minutes. But you're going to know in that time whether you're going to win or lose. There is no stop losses. There is no really thinking about it. If it's above the price that you bought, you win. If it's below the price that you sold it, you win. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. It's a very simple system. Now, after you selected your option type, I like turbo because I like to scalp my trades. I only like to be in them for a few minutes. I don't want to risk my money that long. You get to choose how long you want to be in the trade. Now, the trades, I usually pick about 2 to 3 minutes for that first opportunity. You need to give the trade a moment to think which direction it's going to go and see if you chose the right path. If you choose a minute, sometimes you don't have enough time to be able to roll over that trade. So 2 minutes is the bare minimum for me. Rolling over is basically adding more time to your trade. The next most important part is choosing how much you want to risk. Now you can risk from $1 all the way up to $50,000, all the way up to $400,000, which I've seen some of the educators I follow do. And they can become a millionaire within a few hours, but you got to have that money in your bank account to be able to do it, right? So Never risk any more than 3% of your account or 1% of your account. That way you have lots of opportunity to make any money back if you make a mistake. And it's easy to make mistakes. Mistakes happen, so don't worry about that. You got to get in here, get yourself a demo account, and start giving it a try. Now the next step is the two buttons that are the most important in the whole world. So after we basically choose the amount we want to risk, you have a call, and then you have a put. And it basically right here is showing you how much the Ethereum coin is at right now. And you see we have a per second line chart right here. Currently it's at $377.08. Now, if I hit call right now, it's basically saying it's going to draw a line right there, and this amount has to be above that line. And after 1 minute, if it's above that line, I win that trade. And I win the amount that I risked. Same thing for put. If I go throw in a put right now at 377.12, it's going to draw a line right here with the amount of time I selected. And if it drops below that line, I win that trade after the time's up. But if it's above that trade, I lose. I lose all the money I risked. Now, this is the difference between trading cryptocurrencies on an exchange. Now, if you buy your coin and it ends up dropping in price, if you're not quick, you could lose up to 100% of your coin in a certain amount of time. We've seen cryptocurrencies do that. They've dropped 10, 20, 30, 40, 100% in mere seconds if there's a pump going on. So you really want to be sure. With binary options, you tell it how much you want to risk, and if it closes and you lose, you only lose the amount that you risked. Now right here it's showing you what cryptocurrency we're on. Currently we're on Ethereum, and it shows you all the different coins we're able to trade, and it also shows you how much you will win, the reward ratio that you'll get if you win the trade. So basically on Ripple coin right here, it's telling you you're going to win 50% on top of what you risk. So if I risk $10, you're going to win $15. You risk $1,000, you're going to win $1,500. Typically we want to go with one of the higher numbers, 70%. So you risk $1,000, you're going to win $1,700 by winning that trade. But like I say, be very careful here, because you're going to lose that money you risk too if you made the wrong choice. Now that's where you really got to think, how am I just going to choose? Because we're watching this line go up and down and there's no rhyme or reason to it. Well, there's lots of rhyme or reason to it. It's supply and demand. So that's why we need to get ourselves into a charting program. Now, IQCent and a lot of these binary option dealers have their own charting programs built into them, but I don't like the look of them. They're hard to follow. You constantly have to reset up all the parameters, put all your indicators in the right places. So I use tradingview.com, and it has every little indicator that I need to trade binary option, and it gives you a more zoomed in detail about what's going on. Now, as you saw on IQCent, it's dealing with a 1 second chart. I deal with the 1 minute charts on TradingView. So every one of these candles that you see is 1 minute. So over the last hour, this is where it's moved. It's gone from $378.21 right down to $375.88. It doesn't matter how much it moves as long as it's below where you took a put or it's above where you took a buy. So here we have Ethereum on our chart right now, and we're going to take a prediction. We're going to see where it's going to go. Now, there's lots of different indicators. I can't go over every indicator there is, and there's lots of different ways of looking at charts, but this is just the way that I do it. I use the stochastic, which is basically telling me if it's oversold or overbought. And currently, Ethereum right now on the 1 minute chart is oversold, and it is starting to work its way up. And then the relative strength index right here is telling me, is there buying or selling pressure? Well, right now there was a lot of selling pressure as this was coming down. You see the RSI was going down as selling pressure was going down. Now, if it kept on going down, we could reasonably expect Ethereum to keep on going down. But as you see, it's starting to round out. As you see, the the candlesticks are starting to level out here. Which means it could possibly start heading back up again. Now, it takes a little bit more analysis than this to be able to decide. I like my buys or calls to be really, really oversold, because that's when I know it's going to go up, but it's not really showing that it's following the indicators very well. So we're going to go back. We're going to go into IQ Cent. I'm going to make a guess that it's going to go up, and it is moving up right now. So we can go back into IQ Cent, go back into Ethereum. You see it's sitting at 377 right now, and it is starting to push down. So that makes me want to look back at my chart again. Yes, it looks like it's starting to go down, and we have reached a pretty high peak on Ethereum. So I'm just going to risk $1, and I'm going to throw a put in here just to show you, for example. There's our 2-minute trade. And as you see, the price is hovering above our trade. We got the little down arrow for our put. Now, what we need it to do is we need it to close the price below this line. Now, it's showing I have a put. It shows my price that my strike price that I took it at, which is $376.91. And right here at the end, it shows when my 2-minute trade is going to expire. Now, it's not looking really good for me right now. Good thing I only risked $1. But as you see, the time is starting to run out. And we also have the opportunity to roll over this trade and give us more time to be able to wait and see if this price will end up dropping below our strike price. And it is coming that way right now. Now, it can be you can get a little bit anxious over these type of trades as you're watching it get really close, but that's the fun of it. A little bit of anxiety never hurt anybody, and I just lost that trade because it ended up closing above. But that's really all there is to it. And if we go back to our chart, you see it was starting to go back up. I did choose the wrong direction, but I ended up only losing $1 over it. Now, you can choose whatever price that you want, and you can get into these things multiple times. Dozens of times I've seen people take 5-10 trades within a couple of minutes as they're watching the chart move, and they get a good feeling, and they close every single one of them. But it is still risky. Only risk the amount of money that you can afford to lose. Now, trading binary options is a lot of fun. You got lots of different opportunities and lots of different coins that you can trade on. There are different markets that you can trade in as well, which there is a lot more money being traded, and all your technical indicators actually work better. Like, you can trade in currencies, which is the Forex, and there's over $7 trillion a day going through the Forex markets. You got your commodities, which is basically gold and silver, and then you got your cryptocurrencies. So there's lots of different options. Depends on what you like, what you want to follow. You can take your choice, and you can deposit cryptocurrencies into your account, and you can withdraw cryptocurrencies out of your account. Depends on how you want to do it. They also do bank and wire transfers. So that's how easy it is. It doesn't get any simpler than that. See, if I would have rolled over my account, we probably would have ended up winning that trade as we added a couple more minutes to it. When you're rolling over your trades, it actually adds double the time that you chose the first time. So if you chose 2 minutes, the next time you roll over, now it's going to be a total of 4 minutes, depending on what time you rolled it over at. So you may have another 3 minutes to go. And it doubles every time you click rollover. I don't go any more than 3 rollovers to make sure I add it. And it adds about a third onto the amount that you risked as well. So if you risked $100 and you hit rollover, now you're bet and you risked $130. And you risk it again, now you risked $160. So it can keep on adding up. So you don't want to do it too many times, because your trade can end up going completely the wrong direction and not turn around. So you don't want to put yourself in that position. All right, we covered a lot here. Thanks very much for watching this video. Again, if you like my content, please hit the subscribe button, then click on that notification bell, and you'll be notified of any new content that comes out from me. All right, have an awesome day, guys.